Hi, I'm Francesca Dillman Carpentier, and I study media effects. The great George Gobel once said, "If it weren't for electricity, we'd all be watching television by candlelight." And he might have been right. We spend a lot of time and money on media entertainment, and we usually do so with a purpose. For example, comedies, we intend to laugh. Horror, we intend to be scared. Advertisements are a little different. We understand the message creators intend for us to buy that hamburger, but we intend to resist that message. So these are the things we see and we pay attention to. What about all of those other things, all those other little parts of the message that we miss, that we don't really notice, that miss our attention? That's the world that really fascinates me. The information that slips in under our radar, but still affects our very thought processes, the ways our ideas are stored and the ways our ideas are contextualized in our memories. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're an entrepreneur and you are in the business of selling unisex fragrances targeting high-end boutiques. So you create a LinkedIn page that you spend considerable time ensuring that it projects a positive impression of your business sense and your reliability. And a customer does find you through an internet search and does have a good impression of you, but it's for reasons you don't realize. It's because they think you are attractive, sexy, sensuous, racy even, flirtatious perhaps. So where did this come from? Well, what you might not know is that when they entered unisex perfume into the search engine, some sidebar ads for other perfumes popped up. And some of those ads contained some pretty suggestive imagery. Well, that imagery, unbeknownst to you and the consumer who thought they were ignoring those ads, still nonetheless triggered or primed ideas of sex in their minds. And what happened was those ideas wound up changing the criteria that consumer ultimately used to evaluate you by placing those sex-related ideas up at the top, and so ideas like reliability were subsumed. What if we could harness this effect? What if we could actually take advantage of the way media can temporarily reorganize the way our thoughts are structured in memory and use it to encourage a healthier society? Consider sexual health. Sexual health, risk, and responsibility have traditionally been tackled with health messages that are direct, sometimes clinical, nearly always serious, because sexual health and responsibility are serious issues. Well, from the statistics, it seems like we need to change something. We clearly need to do something more to help prevent these behaviors that can lead to those outcomes that threaten health and leave physical and emotional scars. Because in some sectors and with young people, the risk is rising. One of our wonderful graduate students, Elise Stevens, and I were funded to pilot test the idea of presenting health messages that tap into our existing memory structures and use a context that looks a lot like entertainment as opposed to what we typically see in public service announcements. We're in the preliminary stages, but so far things look promising and the future looks really bright. There's some wisdom in what Marilyn Monroe said when she talked about sex being a part of nature. I mean, what's more natural to us than sex? But also, what's more natural to us than media entertainment? It just makes sense to frame important health messages within an entertainment context, since we already spend so much time using it. And this is why I love doing what I do. I love studying the intended and unintended effects of media, because that's where we can really see the potential media have to generate effects that we can then use for positive ends.